just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone.
Ready to rock. Talk Bears, baby.
Welcome, everybody, to the Setting the Tone podcast. We back again. We've been gone for a minute, little hiatus, but we back in effect. I got my man, Boss Man, in the place to be. We're going to talk a little Bears during this legal tampering period as teams start to sign their players or get a verbal commitment from their players. And I think they can sign them tomorrow or something like that.
I think it's the 12th, Wednesday, I believe.
Wednesday. They can sign them Wednesday. Cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Boss Man, how you feeling today, man? Bears making some power moves and looking good on the offensive line, man.
Man, listen, I couldn't be more proud. You know, they went out and got their guy. They didn't hesitate. And then Mr. Ben Johnson came in and put together a powerful staff. I mean, we got some good coaches in there now. It's no excuses after this.
Right.
Everybody need to be fired, damn it. But I feel good. Man, we got the best center we could have got. We got a top-notch guard. But if Jonah Jackson plays the true form after the injury, we got a steal. And Darnell Wright returns to form. Hey, that's four good pieces to a line that, you know, you could bring a Braxton Jones type player back and be good with that. But the center move was the best move.
No doubt, no doubt. I think getting Drew Dahlman, who was the top-rated center in free agency.
Yes, sir.
And I was looking at CBS Sports. They had him as the 7th-ranked player in free agency. So
yes, and we have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We have made him the second paid center in the league. The second highest paid. I'm sorry.
Second highest paid center in the league. So
yes,
whatever out there that was available in free agency, we made the best of it. You know what I mean? We made the
yes, sir. I think total. Yeah. In totality, yes, we have. I think if we didn't make another move as good as the ones we made so far, I think we won free agency no matter what.
I mean, I love the focus on the trenches so far. They went and got the boy from the Chiefs. He killed it.
Tooney.
Tooney. They really got Tooney. That was a great signing for me.
Man, talk about it.
Him and Dahlman were the best signings they've made. Tooney because of his championship experience, his leadership, and him just being one of the best interior linemen in the league, period.
You know? And then if you look at it, though, you really got two capable captains that I know can fill the position. I'm not really familiar with Jonah Jackson as much as I am. Darnell Wright is only coming into his third year. Braxton just needs to hope he can play in the lineup when they get done. So both Dahlman and Tooney are both capable of being captains, but the center needs to be that guy, in my opinion. He's the quarterback of the line. He needs to be able to put out coverages, packages, blitzes, or whatever, and give some demands and confident demands to the rest of the line.
Right. He got to know exactly what he sees, what's really happening. And because he's a veteran center, that's what I wanted to be. I didn't want to pair Caleb Williams with a rookie center. That was just, for me, I thought it was a recipe for disaster. Somebody that can't call the protections and can't tutor the rest of the guys on the line and things like that.
Right.
You got a veteran there. He could tell the guys on the left and the right of him, hey, this is what we're looking at. This is what I need you to do. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Let's roll.
Right.
You know,
let's do it.
Let's keep our quarterback back of his jersey clean.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? And you know, can he stand still, throw the ball once in a while, please?
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
For sure. So
I think that interior gonna be whew.
Yeah.
If they keep Swift, You understand me? If they keep Swift, he has no excuse not to. 1,300 should be a drop in the bucket. And I ain't
Nah,
talking about all around. I'm talking about
nah,
not all purpose. I'm talking about rushing yards.
just rushing. I don't.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go
Do
ahead.
you think these moves that we made so far with the line changes the focus of the draft? Can we go out to say Genty?
I think these moves do change the focus of the draft. Even though some may say the Bears still should grab trenches because you can go get depth in those positions
And you can build.
and you can build because all of these guys may get
Mm-hmm.
injured, may not be
Mm-hmm.
around forever like Tooney and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Those
But
guys. Yeah.
I feel like the best player available at this point at number 10,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta grab him. And if it's Genty, grab him. I
You're
don't
right.
feel like I don't feel like I should get an interior lineman at 10.
Right.
Um, if I still want a lineman, I gotta go back in the draft. I gotta
I
trade back.
think, yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. I think that this allows us to change the focus of when and how early we draft the lineman. I think we still do, so we
Mhm,
can build within. I think we
mhm,
can afford to take on a project now, and it'll make sense. We can afford to bargain shop a little bit on some
mhm.
projects that has high ceilings with the
Right,
moves we made thus far. And I think, yeah, we take the best available player now. Other than the
right,
quarterback, I don't think we take a quarterback.
right, right, right. No, 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 no. We don't
Maybe
need a
we even
quarterback.
traded away. Maybe we even traded away for more picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we still want the trenches, then
Hmm.
trade back for more picks
Hmm.
because I
Right.
don't think we need to draft a guard or center
Right.
at number 10.
No
That's
more.
just too
Yeah.
early. This is
No.
too early.
And
So
and
we
we don't
still,
need to no more. I mean,
yeah.
Dahlman and Tooney alone, we don't need to draft a lineman, in my opinion, no earlier than the third. And I think the third is really a good choice, but I
Mhm.
think the fourth round still will be good if the potential is there.
Now,
Yeah.
my question to you is, what if there's a stud offensive tackle in the draft, and we're not sure about Braxton Jones'
Hmm.
uh, injury right now, and we
Hmm.
already have mixed reviews on his playing ability.
All right.
What do you think about drafting an offensive tackle at 10?
Well, I tell you this, and I tell you why I don't doubt that and why I would is because I watched the senior game, and there
Mhm,
was this young tackle stud number 77. Look it up when we get done if you want. He was number 77. He had on a black jersey with red numbers. And he was from South Dakota, the Jackrabbits. And he was handling anybody who tried to rush the quarterback on his side. And I don't care where they came in at and what their rank was, he was manhandling. Look it up if you want. And for
mhm,
that regard, I would, because there's that one guy that everybody already saying he's the top notch, not only tackle, but lineman in the draft. We're not going to get him.
mhm.
But this guy, I believe, can play just as good as him. He's a mauler. He's got the length. I think he's good. I
So
think he's just as good
you think he'll be around in the second or third round, or you got to grab him in the first?
because he got invited, but his conference is why he got invited, not because he was a D1 standout. He was a standout in the D. I think with South Dakota's what D2. I think
I'm
yeah,
not sure.
yeah. I think is they? No, no, South Dakota. Yeah, they are D1. They just in a weak ass conference.
So you saying
But no,
get him at 10 or wait second or third round?
no, I think we can afford to wait to the third round to get him. I think he will be around in the third round. Less
Okay.
because I haven't heard his name. They said it one time on Good Morning Football, and that was the first person I heard talk about it since I noticed it when I was watching the practice. And that was Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football. He brought
Okay.
it up, and I went back and looked at it again. His tape is outstanding, man. I think
I'm gonna look him up.
if somebody's desperate enough, I think he can go in the first round. I don't think we personally should draft him in the first round.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Now, what do you think about the rest of free agency as far as like still need to fill some holes on
Hmm.
the defensive line, maybe even
Hmm.
safety
Hmm.
um, on the defense, or even a slot receiver, a speedy guy. What do you think we should do in free agency with the rest of free agency?
I think we go down the line. You got whoever that guy is who sits there and get paid to say this is what we should do. Tackle, guard, running back, receiver, if they're available in free agency, because you can scratch, off the list. We don't need to do that in the drafts. We don't need that in the draft. So they got a list, and they're going down that list. And if you can get, so far down that list, you can save the draft guys a lot of headaches.
So Drew Dalman was clearly our number one free agent, right?
In my
Since the
opinion,
tampering
so
period.
far, I don't think whoever we get thus far, I don't think is going to top that one. We needed that.
If we wanted Khalil Mack, he's gone already.
Yeah,
Chargers
Khalil's gone.
re-signed him.
Yeah, yeah,
What about Jonathan Allen? The Commanders
yeah.
released him.
He had a visit today. I can't tell you exactly. I think it was. I want to say who the Redskins released him, right? I
Yeah.
think he had a visit somewhere. I'm sure that I believe it was a Jets. I could be wrong, but yeah, I wish I really hope. And I saw, a lot of the groups we're in together. It's a lot of gossip about how we all hope they at least try to get the guy. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. Shoot your shot. Hargrave.
He got
Javon
released.
Hargrave. Yep.
Oh my God. Oh, if we can get. Oh man, can you picture that?
Man,
You could put it. You
solidify that
can.
interior defense.
Man,
'Cause he was
Hargrave
good.
and Dexter and Sweat. Booker ain't got. Listen, you better have at least 12 sacks if we get that.
Hey,
Whoever's over there better get a lead. Come on, Hargrave, Dexter, and Sweat breathing down on you. Woo! Come on now, I love it.
Booker can see um, a lot of single coverage, and he could thrive if we get an interior lineman. He could thrive.
Yes, oh, definitely with his speed and upfield move. I think he hit that the rookie wall. I think his frame, slim frame, kind of gave hurt him in the long run. Those big bodies leaning on him throughout the season, I think, took a lot of that get off away.
Hopefully, he in
I
that
think
weight
he's going to
room.
get. Oh yeah, you can believe if he didn't hire somebody, he's foolish. But I can guarantee that the organization tried to press it upon him to get them weights on him.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
bet his exit interview they were like, "Hey man, put some weight on,
Oh yeah.
muscle,
Yeah.
because you're a
Yeah,
slim
yeah,
dude to play the end." Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
You definitely. But that was the knock on him. The naysayers that didn't want to draft him. That was the knock on him. The
He has
size.
a hell of a motor. You
He
can't
does.
teach that.
He
You
does.
can't teach
Those
that.
first 6 games, he was like, yeah,
But like you
yeah. His
said,
preseason was good too.
it wore him down though. Yeah, like you said, the
Yeah, yeah,
season just
yeah.
wore him
Those
down.
big bodies, yeah, yeah. Especially the ones that didn't, get manipulated by his speed. He
Mhm.
really needs to work on his long arm technique, and he'll be. Woof.
Yeah, I've
Can you
seen
get
some
that
great
down with
moves
that
from
frame?
him too. He
Yeah,
has long arms too, and I've seen
yeah,
some
yeah,
great moves from him during the season, the
yeah.
preseason. But like you said, he
Oh
faded
man.
away towards the end of the season, and it was like, okay,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
young cat, so
yeah,
he's got to get his stamina going. But
yeah. Well,
what
that's
about
one thing I like about whoever had made the decision because his numbers, his snaps reduced too. You didn't see him
yeah,
as much on the field towards the end of the season,
yeah,
and I'm hoping that it was because they didn't want to hurt his morale. You know what I mean? His
yeah,
his love for football, because you can't do that if you keep throwing. You want to throw him to the fire, at some point. I don't think with the season feeling like it was. I don't think that was the time. So I'm hoping that was the decision that was made, or that was the reason the decision that they made a decision to sit him and lessen his snaps towards the end of the season.
yeah. He's a rookie. You don't want to break him before you can get him going. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly,
But
exactly.
moving into year two, he should
Hmm.
he should take another step. And
Yeah, yeah. I think Dennis Allen is going to make him or break him.
yeah,
Coach Allen.
what what about running back position? Do we need to add to that room? Are we okay
Definitely. Yes.
with the running back room we have? No.
Yes. And I'm okay with doing it through either method, through the draft or through free agent. I think we can get potential because of what they're doing with running backs now. They're not paying running backs because they can get one that it's been proven that they're getting these first year running backs, and they're doing, uh, Henry and Saquon made a good stand for the old heads. They ain't old. I mean,
Yeah,
27,
but
28, whatever they
them
are.
Hall of Famers,
But
those ain't
right,
falling off the tree.
right, right. But they kind of, making the older generation of their time still look good at running back, because these guys are taking running backs and not worrying about paying the older guys. So, yeah, That new that arbitration rule that locked them into that dumb whatever structure they are, where they cap out at I think what 12 million or 12 million a year running backs cap out. So and that was a 7-year deal, I believe, and I think they got what 2 or 3 more years on it. I think it's over in 27, I believe, 26 or 27. So, but look out though, Saquon and King Henry made a great case for running backs this year. So I think they're going to be up there. I can't say they would get to 20 million and a 20 million a year club, but 15, 16 shouldn't be no problem.
Is there a particular running back you would be interested in for the Bears, or?
Well, you already heard me speak of Genty.
I mean, like in free agency. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to draft.
You know what? What's high on my list was the line and defensive ends. The line on both sides, interior defensive line. So I haven't really looked at it. I don't really know the running backs that's in the free agency. I won't lie. I do think we can satisfy the urge at running back through the draft or through free agency, though.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I would grab a running back in the draft over free agency because in free agency you usually overpay for players.
Yeah. And then I would do it because this would be the make it or break it year for Rashawn too. We need to see what he got. He needs to see more action. Is he a concussion casualty? Which in that case, bless his soul, I hope he makes it, but we need to let him go. You don't want that kind of casualty, especially at running back. He's taking hits every down. No.
Facts. And I don't even think we need to overpay for a running back at this point.
That's why I think we either draft or the older running back that could be a leader in that room and still get those tough yards and carry the room, maybe carry the team as a leader.
So, somebody that's really good in between the tackles. DeAndre Swift is good on the edges and things like that.
Right.
But we want someone that can pound teams in between the tackles. Break a few tackles, get those positive yards,
right?
Instead of going backwards.
Exactly. Where they can still play the base defense on third down. That irks my soul. The fact that we cannot make most teams get in a nickel. They can play us with their base D really on third down because we can't run the freaking ball, or they can play nickel all game. Basically, it's no threat of running the ball. So
yeah, I'm gonna throw our philosophy from last year out the window because that coaching staff is gone and they was trash and they didn't do our offensive players any favors.
Tell us how you really feel.
They didn't do the running game any favors, bro. They didn't do the passing game any favors. They didn't do the quarterback any favors. It was just so.
I think what they say, how they say we got fleeced.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Eberflus was voted the worst coach in the league last season. So there's that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was a poll that came out a week or two ago, and the players gave their grades. Each player gave their grades for their coach that season. And when all the grades came back from the league, he was voted the worst coach in the league.
Dang. Why would you ever want that on your resume, man? Are you serious?
He's lucky he got a job before that came out.
Man, see, there you go. Hey, you know how they do. They'll rescind it. They can't. Ain't nothing legal to Wednesday, right? They can rescind it. That'd be so jacked up, man.
That'd be terrible. Hey, the price of doing business. No.
Hey, it is a business. Ain't that what the players say? It's a business.
But
I ain't never had nobody get no job offer rescinded.
As far as like having a knuckles to go with our Sonic and DeAndre Swift, I say go get him in the draft.
Right.
Go get him in the draft. If we get someone in free agency, just don't overpay.
Thank you. Who are?
I saw Javonte Williams from the Broncos. He was one of the guys I saw as far as a free agent.
Okay, here you go. I got you. You ready? Aaron Jones, who already re-signed. You got Najee Harris.
Okay.
J.K. Dobbins. I like. Ooh, Nick Chubb. I don't need to read no more. But Javante Williams, like you said, Rico Dowdle, Kareem Hunt, and
Okay.
that's the one I did see. Gus Edwards. I like Gus. Gus still pretty young. Nick going on some money. J.K. can't really demand no money, and neither can Najee Harris.
I like
So
Najee
let's
Harris
see.
out of the group you just mentioned.
Yeah,
I like
actually,
him
he
the
was
most.
paired with us.
Hmm.
One of the other podcasts I watch. Both of us watched. I don't know his name. I don't want to describe him by race, but yeah, he
Yeah,
was
I
saying how
like him.
Najee Harris was the better fit for
Yeah,
us too.
because he's a big running back. For a running back, he's a big guy, and
Yeah,
he's
no,
gonna get you those
he
tough
reminds me of Le'Veon
yards.
Bell. Bill. Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna get you those tough yards. He would
yeah,
be definitely a good knuckles for us.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And that's the way the guy that I'm talking about explained it. Yeah, what is it? Knuckles and who?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Son. Yeah, yeah. So you are
Yeah,
Swift would be our Sonic. So
he'd be our
yeah.
speed back. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, and but it should be in all honesty by now it should be Roshan, and the fact that we talking around him like he ain't even on the on the
yeah.
roster is crazy
So
because he should
he's
be
been on
that
the
guy.
roster a couple years now, and he just hasn't shown me anything, man. Like,
No, because he can never get on track every time he turn around. He out for concussion, bro. He remember he
yeah,
was out his rookie year and last year he did a stint out because of
I just
concussion.
haven't seen anything that's worth it. Like, okay, he's worth investing more time into him, giving him more snaps and more minutes. I just don't see it. I see like emergency running back.
Right,
That's what I
you might
see.
get more usage out of him on special teams. I tell
Man,
you
what you
this.
said?
I tell you this, man. It's the fact that he get that concussion, and he's had two concussions, one each for each year he's been in in the league. I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if before the season start he retires.
Now that would surprise me. He's still on his rookie deal,
It
right?
would,
I would
but yeah, it wouldn't because
now.
he's missed multiple games for each concussion. He's missed multiple games.
If that's the case, then what about Jaquan Brisker? He's missed 3 games with concussion. Three. He had concussions 3 times, should I say? He's missed most of
Yeah,
last
and that's
season.
true. Remember, they was talking about that when he went out for the last concussion. They was
Brisker
having a big
worries me. He's the
conversation
one that
about that.
worries me mostly.
Yeah,
Three,
yeah.
three
But
different concussions.
I think one big thing that would help Brisker is a better offense because he won't be on the field as much.
Mm. But you
I
know
mean, you think about it.
That boy plays like his head on fire.
Yeah,
He's sticking his
and
head in there.
right, and he kind of like remember we talking about Mike Brown, Bob Sanders. Sometimes you got to save them from themselves, like
Yeah.
maybe take them out on the blitz patches, the blitz packages. Even though you would love his intensity, sometimes you just got to save them players from themselves, and
Mm.
that's yeah. I don't know,
That
man. I think he'll benefit though from putting up at least 21 points a game and not having the defense have to be out there and be the savior and making,
yeah.
life or death situations every play to try to keep us in the game.
Maybe there's a coach on the staff. What's his name? Al Harris. Maybe someone like him can
Hmm.
teach him how to protect himself while he's out there wreaking havoc. Maybe
Al
someone could
Harris
teach
was
him.
a Packer, man. My ears kind of clog up when you talk about Packer players, but I hear you what
He's
you're
a
saying.
Bears coach now, bro.
I
So
know, man. And he was in Atlanta. Atlanta did nice what they do with their secondary, so
yeah,
let him have it.
all
Yeah.
that. I look. I
All
can't get into
right.
those conspiracy theories.
I'm just saying, man. I'm like Russell Simmons on Def Jam with this one. Hey, you're a good coach. Look forward to seeing what he can do. All right, next.
I just want him to teach. I just want him to teach our young gun how to gun and keep himself
No,
protected. You know what I'm saying?
Al kind of at times he played bully ball, which I love bully ball, no matter if it's on offense or defense. So
Right,
in
right,
that regards, I respected him, and I did get a chance to really like him once he got out of Green Bay. You
right,
know what I
right, right.
mean?
I feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't got no gripes about Al. I'm gonna give a Packer some shit every time I get a chance
for
opportunity.
sure.
That's like taking my vitamins in the morning when I can give a Packer a hard time. You
For sure, for
know what I
sure.
mean? It's like an everyday quota.
Are you expecting any other big time free agent moves from the Bears before this day is over or tomorrow is over?
I think if I'm in that chair, and I know some of the shows do this, so I love doing. I always practice doing this.
Right.
If I was in that chair, that GM chair, I would I would want it to appear like we backing off, and maybe I can slide, one of those or fall down to me. You know what I mean? If they think we're done, like the line was satisfaction, now we're gonna concentrate on the draft, and somebody trickle on down.
Somebody like
Yeah.
a Jonathan Allen or a Javon Hargrave fall to
Hey
you,
man.
get them on the
Hey,
phone. Hey man, what's up?
hey, hey, I have Najee Harris, man. Yeah.
Najee
Well,
Harris, yeah.
I think Najee gonna be there, man. No disrespect, Najee. I ain't shit. I just don't think he think you gonna be. I think you're gonna be watching your phone for a little while,
Ooh wee.
homie.
Hey, he might be on vacation. He's got an agent, man. Let him watch the phones. they were
You know what
saying
I'm saying?
they were
Hey,
saying
you don't want to be one of them dudes. Be like, hey, babe, you hear my phone ring?
right. They were saying your boy Justin Fields was in Dubai. He wasn't thinking about free agency.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,
and he
what
just
can
turned
you
around
do?
and got signed by the Jets.
Who
Since we've been on this podcast, Justin Fields.
did he? Because Sam
Yeah.
Darnold just got signed by the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. So
Gonna
Justin
fleece them
Fields
for
wasn't
100,
worried.
100 million in 3 years. They fleeced them boys.
Yeah, Fields wasn't worried. He was like, "No, I'm gonna go ahead and take my vacation. My agent gonna handle this. I'm gonna give him my list."
Phil probably had that through his agent, uh,
Oh,
and the team that he went to. That deal probably was done before he got on the plane and go to Dubai, man.
he was like, "This the list of teams, the short list of teams I'm
Right,
interested in. If one of
right,
them come calling, hook it up."
right. Dig that, dig that. Hey, I'm out of here, y'all.
Yeah. I'll
Thanks
see
and have a
y'all in
good
a
night.
couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I already know
All
my
right.
fate.
On that note, you got anything you want to end with? We kind of covered the Bears' free agent signings, what
Right.
we what we wish they would get, need, and the potential in the draft. And
Well, personally, I still think I think Ben still is going to try to slide Tim Patrick on it. As I don't think he's been signed, but I
no,
did. He was there was rumblings when he first came over, and they were saying, "Well, who y'all think he gonna bring with him?" And everybody, and I always thought it would be Tim Patrick. That's what I'm saying. Somebody, I
hey,
didn't want to
glad you
say the
brought that
name,
up.
but he may
Yeah,
trickle down to
glad you
us.
brought that up. He ain't been signed yet, and he's not
Yeah,
really a top free agent, but
hmm
he would
but
probably
he'll be a
fit
hell of a
in.
slot with yeah.
Yeah, he'll fit in with
With
those
Rome on
guys.
one side and DJ on the other, he'll be a hell
He
of a
won't
slot.
take away attention and touches from those guys like
Right,
Keenan Allen did. Not that it was a
right.
bad thing to have Keenan Allen because it wasn't,
Oh
but
no.
we
And I
need
think if we
we
had a
need to
line,
feature
Keenan would have been more successful.
we need to feature DJ Moore and Roma Dunze more.
Yeah. Without having to worry about this
The
star
veteran
over
getting
here
his
in
top,
his
the
own
veteran
right.
getting his touches. Yeah,
Right, and in his own right, and he would deserve it. He wouldn't be wrong. Like what you
no,
bring me over here for? Y'all know
yeah,
my rap. Y'all know what I do. So
facts,
I get that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Tim
somebody
Patrick
like
won't
Tim
pose that
Patrick would,
same threat.
right, exactly my point, facts. But he will be a threat in that slot. He just
Yeah,
won't have to demand it. Exactly.
yeah. Hey, I think our tight end I think both of them gonna have a decent year, but one of them gonna have a year that somebody gonna have to pay him.
Well, we just paid Cole Kmet last season, so he's
Right,
he's
right,
good.
right.
He's good. So
Right. Right,
I
that's true.
know.
He might, I don't know. He might put some number up there, say give him a little bump so we can keep him though.
I don't know about that one, but hey,
I
he
mean, you
got
can
any
give him a
kind
little
of
2 year
season, I'll be
extension.
glad. Shit.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
I think it was smart how they handled Cole. We still paid him what he's worth, and we still got the rights to him in case he go ahead and pop that next level. And I think he will with a decent coordinator and not have to change coordinator every other year.
Right. He's
So,
gone through them since he's been here with the
yeah,
Bears.
and that's what people, what's got to be. They professionals. Well, professionals still need to be led.
Yeah. And if the philosophies change from year to year and the coaching change and from year to year,
Right, right.
it's gonna drag you down a little bit each time. So now you gotta
Yeah,
start
and
all
then think
over.
about it. Yeah, a lot of these, you can say it's a different offenses, but then some people might call a tight end a Z. Some people might call it a two. Me, I call my wideouts is either L or R for left and right, and then my two slots are either 3 and 4. And meaning the 4 is on the right because it's an odd, even number, and 3 is on the left. So some people can make it simple like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I think we're gonna add more to the tight end room in the draft. We got our blocking tight end, the guy we got from
Okay.
Miami, and
Mm-hmm.
then
All that. What was Scythe? What is it?
Smythe,
Slice? Okay.
yeah. And then we got Cole, our receiving tight end, and we're gonna see sets with both of them on the field together. And we're gonna let Ben Johnson work his magic.
Right. Hey,
Shit,
hey, dig that. You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, work his magic.
Yeah.
He
And when you listen, that's why I love that, man. The Not so much as the outside world anymore, because a lot of the Detroit staff gave Ben, a nice, you know, goodbye with the things they said about him. They could have, threw some shade towards his way. But the people inside the organization, what they're saying about him, like the guy he hired as the OC, talking about his drive, motivated his drive, and how he interviewed him. He said he interviewed him, and he didn't get the job, but he interviewed him hard, and it made him basically give him a blueprint for what he had to do to become an OC. So now, a couple years after that, Ben looked him up and told his representative that, like, hey man, he reminds me of me. And he said, I think that we're a match made in heaven. That's exactly what they quoted him as saying. And
Yeah,
he
I
got him
heard
over
that.
there. And
Yeah.
now he said, man, they working hours, man. He said he can't tell when one day changing to the other.
Ooh wee.
So
I like to hear that, man. Putting in the
yeah,
long hours. First
yeah,
head coach, brand new
yeah,
coaching staff. You gotta put
yeah,
in the hours to lay down the foundation. Maybe
yeah,
by next
yeah,
year, next season, they won't have to put in as many hours because they got a little experience and chemistry and cohesiveness
right.
with
There
each
you go.
other and with the players. So, you know.
Mhm.
But right now, you gotta put in the hours to develop that, those things that I mentioned. All right,
Right.
man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
sign off right here unless you want to add something else before we get out of here. I appreciate you sliding through.
Man, first of all, I'll say this. I think Ben has that, what we said, we want a leader of men. And
Mhm.
what's been said about him from the players he left about, you're gonna know he's in charge and he's gonna make it clear. It won't be no, you know what I mean? I think that's the type of coach we need to change that culture we were talking about. And I wish you luck, Ben. On that note, thanks for shouting me out. Thanks for bringing me back, fam. We go way back to Chicago as kids. So hey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
for showing the
Appreciate you
love
sliding through, man.
all
Everybody that's
day.
checking us out, we appreciate you checking the podcast out. Hit the like and subscribe. Hey, you got any questions, any comments, put them in the comment section, and we'll get down there and chop it up with you. All right, y'all. Later.
Go Bears, baby.